strangers coming into town these days. No offense.
Dang, man. Tell me how you really feel. Guess I'll go to the saloon, see the story there.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to. Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
So we went to the back of the saloon where she proceeded to phase through the door. The first thing to reappear was her head, I assume because it was sticking up the most. However, on me, it would be, well, not my head.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them.
I then proceed to have the worst aim I've ever
That's
had.
the right idea. It's on the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles.
She was, of course, correct in
We'll
this,
keep that in mind.
so I headed
Now,
back
if
into
you're
the
not gonna
bar
buy
to see
something,
what else
get
there was
out.
to do.
What the
I
hell is your
immediately
problem?
overhear some sort of argument and witness a man running away. So, of course, I catch him and learn more about it.
It is now. Me and the rest of the guys busted out of the NCR prison east of here and took over. Now we're calling the shots. None of your damn business. You ought to know better than to ask a man that kind of question. Robbed some people, burned some things, killed a few guys.
He sounds extremely basic.
I've run with some tough gangs, but I gotta admit, they all got nothing on the Legion. I hear they stick you up on poles and it takes a while to die. I ain't saying I'm afraid of them or nothing, but I'll be staying out of their way.
That's how I chose to ease into my
What the hell
proposal.
for? Just farmers and ranchers out here. Not much worth stealing. Shit, yeah. Mayor Cobb. I like the sound of that. Running my own town will give me more pull with the guys at the prison, too. First things first, though. You go settle things with Ringo and put a bullet between his eyes while I round up my crew and let them in on the plan. Yeah.
I then noticed that someone was listening to our entire conversation. So I did the good old thing of, you know, threatening him to shut up.
Hello. Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town.
Luckily
He's
from
holed
her,
up at
I
the
gained the
abandoned gas
location
station
of
up the
Ringo.
hill.
And if I ever decided to put it to use, I had the option.
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably
Sadly,
stand
she
up
then
for
tells
Ringo
me
if he
that
asks
if
for
I
help,
do
which he
decide to kill
hasn't.
Ringo, I will
Personally,
lose
I hope
Sonny.
he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder
But
gangers
so
with
far,
him.
that didn't seem too bad.
Alright.
Now, to make up my decision on who gets to own the town, I decided to see what the powder gangers are really in control of. This meant discovering that prison base that Cobb was earlier saying he came from. On my way, I discovered that they have a whole entire airplane. It may be crashed, but this is definitely a perk.
Damn, running low on smokes.
Also, of course, explosives, which are very useful. However,
Never gets
I
old
keep
when
them away
something
from that
blows
guy.
up.
Seriously though, this thing is cool. I finally make it to the base, and Cobb wasn't kidding. This place is great, and it definitely looks like they own it. I get to the front gate, which opens very dramatically, which of course means slowly.
Look at you. Walking in here like you're one of us? Don't you know this is Powder Ganger territory? This is, or was, the Big House. New California Republic Correctional Facility. Not much correcting went on here, just slave labor. One day, us prisoners decided to liberate ourselves. Killed the warden, killed the guards, took over the whole damn territory.
He tells me
That'll
that my
be
pal
it.
Eddie
You can usually
Toe
find him
is here
sitting in
from
the
all of
warden's
my
old chair
casino
up in the
heists.
main building. Well, I don't know. Depends on if you can make it worth my time. 100 caps sounds right to me. Quit wasting my time.
Before I depart in search of cash,
Of
he
course,
tells me
dynamite
his
works
dynamite
pretty good
was-
against caravan guards, too. So, that's what we do. Rob and blow things up.
I leave, and when I do, I close the door to make sure that we keep in good relations, which closes much faster than it does open. Now, I'm on the road again, in search of coin. Hopefully from New Vegas itself. Now I'm on the road, and these people tell me that there's a bunch of Deathclaws up ahead. So, I figure, maybe, if I kill one, they'll reward
still not working.
and also it'll help me
Big
get to New
surprise.
Vegas. Besides, I've killed everything else. Sure, Deathclaw ain't no biggie. Turns out it's a huge biggie, so I run back trying to get help. Turns out, though, they actually weren't too fond of me asking for their help, as soon as the Deathclaw is finished, they turn on me. Now, I'm telling this story, so I obviously live, which tells you that they didn't, thus beginning my crimes in Nevada. Do I regret it? Yes. But I did learn something. To try to not ask for help next time I'm in a fight.
Had enough? Come on!
Switch weapons, which is efficient, but I wish it didn't have to happen. Now I'm in an actual firefight, because they aren't just charging a dude with a shotgun. This makes it more difficult. I of course do still win, and one of them tries to flee, and I wouldn't let him go, but
I'm out here!
I grab his gun, and then as I see my last opponent, the weight of what has happened truly sets in. I had tried to help him earlier, but I was not skilled enough. Now, I'd have to be humane. Put him down. I wish things could have been different. I am now seen as a villain for this act of self-defense. Granted, there was faults of mine, but not to this extent. So, I head back to my home, a place also won from bloodshed and in the day. Then, I head back onto the road in search of the Mojave Outpost, a place where I plan to apologize and atone for all that happened. I find a building, but more importantly, people. However, they are immediately hostile. Yet when I end them, I do not
better get
feel
out
the
of here.
same weight as I did before.
What have you done?
As I'm observing the fine and delicate decor, others show up and proceed to chase me off. I once again returned to the scene of the crime and visited what started it all. Me, of course, like the clown I am. While I was there, I decided to explore the buildings, and I found a survivor, be it she was loopy.
Let me ask you a question. What's the tastiest thing you've ever eaten? Ah, yeah, can you believe some people still eat that stuff? Anyway, I've got this recipe for a Deathclaw omelet that I've been itching to try out. Trouble is,
Odd
I need a
priority.
Deathclaw egg. Kinda obvious, I suppose. My great aunt Rose ran a bed and breakfast back in California, in a town called Modoc. She's the one who created the recipe in the first place. I don't know how she managed to get a hold of a female Deathclaw, but she kept it in a shed. Aunt Rose had a steady supply of eggs for her omelets. At least, she did until some stranger came along and killed the Deathclaw, shot it right in the eye.
If only it were that easy.
Born and raised, things back in California are better than they've ever been, according to my grandpa. The Raiders are mostly gone now, and it's easy enough to get. I'm making my way to New Vegas. They say anything goes there, and best of all, the NCR can't mess it up for you. I'll get there eventually. I've heard that you can't even get into the Strip unless you're rich.
I tend to hit it off with Californians, so I couldn't wait to see if we cross paths again in Vegas. So far, I haven't got to see. For now, we're all caught up with the story. And I really have no clue what's going to happen next. Heck, you have just as good a guess. You'll probably be even more accurate than I. Well, every journey starts somewhere. Might as well explore what we have around here. I tend to consider myself a pretty good hacker. But, yeah. Maybe the good old turn it off, turn it back on again. Okay, yeah, this probably just isn't the way I'm meant to go. So, back to the road. Endless possibilities here. Maybe I'll find another tumbleweed that I can play soccer with. That's always fun. Used to really love soccer. Now I guess I'll just work up enough good deeds to outnumber the bad. Clean up the cemetery first. That was quick, thankfully. I can see the grand city now, New Vegas. The lights are off though. Maybe I'll find a better way to venture there this time. One that won't lead to such mistakes. All I know now is that there's a long path ahead. I wonder how I will continue it.